and welcome to the Sleepy Keys Tingle Network Craft Corner. Today, we are going to be turning trash into treasure while transforming an ordinary bottle into a care package for a sick friend or loved one. Now, here's what you're going to need for today's craft. 1, your empty bottle of choice. Ideally, a little honey bear bottle that's been emptied out and cleaned. A piece of paper, plain cardstock, or just, any paper that you've got laying around. A few colored pencils, crayons, markers, anything to add a little pop of color to the card. Just a standard pen or pencil. A marker, a Sharpie, anything that can be a dark color for your card. A pair of scissors, regular Scotch tape, or any tape that you might have laying around, rubber stamp ink, any color will do, but an assortment of colors is best if you've got that available. Ribbon of any color or thickness that you would like to use to decorate your container. Ideally something fun that you could use to really highlight and tie a bow around your container. And then an assortment of stamps. Whatever stamps that you have available will do. Any rubber stamps, or you could even make your own using a potato and some carving tools as well. Last but not least, you will need whatever items and accoutrement that you want to put inside of your Get Well package. Starting off, what you're going to want to do is whatever bottle that you're going to be reusing, you want to make sure it's really clean. In this case, I have used this little honey bear bottle, and it's already got a fun bright yellow top to it. I made sure to clean it out thoroughly. That way it wouldn't be a sticky mess on the inside, because we will be putting objects inside this honey bear bottle. Now, you can see here, there's not a very wide area to fit things into the bottle, but I think we should be able to pretty easily fit a couple things in here that will be part of our Get Well gift. We're going into the fall here pretty soon. Folks will be having colds, flus, etc. And really gifting someone, just showing them that you care and you hope that they get well soon. So now I also was able to get the stickers off of the front. Sometimes there can be a little bit of residue left over, even with scrubbing with a sponge and allowing this to soak in warm water, soapy warm water. I wasn't able to remove it all, but that's okay, because this is where we're going to put a little card on the front, so they'll never know. Now, what you want to do first is, after you've cleaned and de-stickied whatever container you're going to be using, you're going to want to fill it with any sort of Get Well objects that might be applicable for your loved one. In this case, I've decided to fill it with, well, of course, when you're not feeling well, you're going to need some tissues, right? So tissues I'm putting in here in such a way that, they kind of act as a tissue paper, right? But they could also be used functionally to wipe your nose. Now, I need to roll these up just a bit to make sure I can get them to fit in the top of the bottle here. Got it. There's one. Now I'm going to want to put in a second tissue just for good measure. So I'll put this here. I'm going to roll this up a little bit thinner than the other one. it in there just like so. Great. Wow, he's really coming along already. If you can't really reach down into whatever container you're using, you can always grab a pencil or something to get that in the edges there. Okay. Next up, after tissues, we're going to want to add some lozenges. In this case, you know, I'm going to add these lovely cherry flavored ones and just throw them on the top. Now, I actually really like a sucrets. Unfortunately, they come in these blister packs, and so it makes it a little bit harder to, you don't want to open each individual blister pack and then try and fit it in another container. So I'm just going to go with these individually wrapped lozenges. Wow, he's already looking really cute. And then next up, I thought I would throw in a little baggie of tea because there's nothing quite like a warm cup of tea that really soothes when you're not feeling well. So this is just an individual bag of tea. I don't know what kind they might like, but hopefully something like this will be good. I'm going to shove that in here. And look how we kind of have the contrasting colors of white and then this red cherry color and then another kind of white color from the tea. That's fun. Shove that in there. Wow, this is really looking good. And then, you know, I don't know for sure if this is a true, you know, fact or not. Someone told me, oh, there's, you know, sometimes there's healing powers in different rocks and stones and things. Now, I don't know if that's a true story, but you know what? If you're not feeling well, it's worth a shot. So I'm going to use this smaller stone here and throw that on the top. Wow. That's fun. Okay, and last but not least, you know, if you're not feeling well, probably the one thing that's going to help the most is to clear up, you know, sinuses, chest congestion, all of that. One thing that I'd recommend is using a vaporub. So in this case, you know, I can't fit this entire bottle into this, you know, bottle that I'm reusing, but I also don't want to just give someone all my vaporub, right? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take, oh gosh, just about a, you know, a nail's full, and I'm just gonna put it on the top. See, by doing this, it's going to have a almost effervescent effect. As soon as the person opens this bottle, they are going to be having a wafted experience of the vaporub going right into their nose. And so what they can do then, is then have the top where you've got the vaporub, and then all they have to do is open the top and then give it a little sniff, and that's going to be their you know, healing, decongesting sniff right out the top of the bottle there. So let me just rub that on there and grab an extra tissue here to get that vaporub out of my nail. This is so thoughtful. I would love to get one of these myself if I wasn't feeling good. So anyways, you got your top. You got the top lined with the vaporub. So, gosh, that smells good. And then you're just going to screw it back on the top. And that's our bear. Right? Now, this is the gift this is the package, right? But it doesn't look very festive now, does it? Here's where the stamps and other items come in. Now, I'm just gonna put this over here. So I think it makes sense to, you know, send well wishes in the form of a card. And in this case, we could just put the card, you know, just next to it. I think I want to tape the card to the front of the bear though. So I do need to make it a little bit smaller. To do that, I'm just kind of scoring the edges here. Oh, I forgot I have scissors. Just use those. Now, this is a more manageable size. There we go. There's our little card. Now, the most important part is, what do I want this little card to say? Actually, that's still pretty big in comparison. I need to make this a little bit smaller. There we go. Yeah, that's going to be perfect. Okay. Now, what do I want this card to say? This is really the hardest part in terms of decision making for this craft. Now, what I'm working with here is a delightful bear, and we're gifting it to someone who doesn't feel very good. So, I could say, you know, I want to do something that's kind of fun, something that's like a pun, because I got this bear, right? So I could say, you know, I can't bear to see you sick. I don't know if that's it. What about, you have a bear of a cold? That's not it either. I got it. Get well very soon. Instead of very soon, but I'll spell it B-E-A-R, and then they'll get the joke. Okay. So I want to write that in, you know, pen, pencil, whatever gives me a, you know, a good practice there. Get well, and then I want the very big so they really understand that that's the joke. These little bubble letters. Bear -Y. Yeah, I think they'll understand it. Get well very soon! Exclamation point. If I like the way that looks, I'm going to go back over it with this marker here. And then it doesn't look very exciting, you know, by itself. So that's where these whatever you have, colored pencils, markers, crayon, I don't know, magic markers, whatever you've got, you can use. So I'm just gonna color in this bare part. Put this in here. Gosh, that vaporub is strong. And you can color in however you want. You don't even have to color it in. You know, I just think it adds a little more, fun. I think it'll actually help them feel better if you color it in. I don't know for sure. I'm just gonna make a little sun here. I think that would be fun. And I think this sun should have a smiley face. Let's add some little pink in there, little pink eyelashes on the sun. And a little green cloud. You can really make this however you want. Use your imagination. Add a little cloud over here, but this cloud's a smiley face. Beautiful. Now, we're done with the colored pencils, but I really want to make a jazzy front of the card, right? And so you can put, you know, your friend's or loved one's name, whatever you want on the front. But I think I just want to keep it plain and exciting, but kind of funny. So here's what I'm going to do. I've got the Cynthia Hart scrapbook collection here, and there's a number of different fun frames, borders, a lot of fun current stamp styles in here. So if I didn't find something I liked within the Cynthia Hart collection, which I'm sure I will, they're my favorite, I also have my Inkadinkadoo's. Now, Inkadinkadoo is the most fun and whimsical collection of stamps. Now, this is a make-your-own kit, so you need to just use some rubber cement, and then you put them on whatever you want. In this case, they have it on an old spool. You can put stamps on, you know, any hard surface that you can, you know, affix them to. But it's the Inkadinkadoo's make your own rubber stamp. So fun. And I love this one because they've got fun stuff like, oh gosh, shrimp and a lion. My absolute favorite though is, I don't know if you can see him in here. It's a little poodle. I love that one. But I think I'm just going to go with the border stamps from Cynthia's collection. Now, color-wise, you know, I love all the hot colors now with the teals and pinks and aquas and fuchsias. And I think having a loud color like that's actually going to make someone feel better, you know, jazz them right up. So let's go with this blue color first, and I'm going to use the blue color to just do a little outline on my card here, and I just need to stamp it on the edge, line up my edges like that. Ugh, beautiful. Always a good idea to have a surface underneath where you're stamping, just in case things don't get lined up and you end up stamping your, you know, kitchen table. It happens, it's fine. You just wipe it up. And I didn't have to do a perfect job getting these lined up with the corners, but it's good enough. And isn't that a beautiful border? Look at that. I'll just get the excess off here. That should do it. And then I think I want to do it's a little wild, but I think I want to do this border along the top and sides as well. But I want to choose a contrasting color, so I think, oh gosh, I'll put the blue back, and then I want to go to this gorgeous fuchsia color. And these are fun, really, you know, it's really hip right now. They're like little spirals and, oh gosh, I don't know, but let's make sure you ink it up real good. Line it up as best you can, it doesn't really matter. Bam. Wow. Doesn't have to be perfect. You know, crafts are for fun. They're not for, oh gosh, they're not for going in a museum. You know what I mean? I like it. Stamp off the excess. Okay, that's dry enough. Now look at that. We went from just a plain border to a really elaborate multicolored border on this card. Okay, so this friend of mine, let's say they like dogs. I love dogs, I love cats, I love alligators, giraffes, I love it all. But if your loved one, you know, likes dogs, this is the perfect stamp for them. This stamp says rough day, R-U-F-F-D-A-Y, and then there's a little dog. So, you know, they're not feeling good, so yeah, of course they're having a rough day. That's what makes this the perfect stamp for this occasion. So I'm going to ink this one. Oh, that's too much ink. I'm going to ink this one up in black because I want it to have a nice contrast here. And wow. Wow. This is it. Just get off the excess here. I think that's good. Well, it'll have to be good. Put it back in the box. Now look at that. It says rough day. There's a little dog. Beautiful border. What a fun card to receive. So now, a little sunshine. Get well very soon. I love it. Okay, that's enough of those stamps. What a beautiful collection. We've got our gift here in the, you know, bottle that we've repurposed for fun. We've got our lovely card, rough day, get well very soon. So you just want to take that and you can attach it. I'm just going to stick it to the front of the bear here. Make myself a little double-sided tape. Just like that. Isn't that sweet? So, I guess last but not least, what we need to do is jazz this up with a bow. Anytime you give anyone a gift, always put a bow on it, right? If it doesn't have a bow, it's almost as if it's left incomplete. So I think in this case, I'm going to use this sort of sheer material bow. I think it's kind of fun. And honestly, I just have a lot of it and need to find a use for it. That's how it goes sometimes. So it doesn't have to be exact. Measure it out. I want the bow around the front. I'm just going to tie it like that. And if you don't know how to tie a bow, you gotta learn. Imagine you know how to tie your shoes, right? If you can tie your shoes, you can tie a bow. Wow. That is so cute. And then, for good measure, you know, if you've just got some stickers laying around, you can pop a sticker on there too. I'm thinking I'm going to add this little rooster here, or chicken, because, you know, maybe they need chicken soup to feel better. Maybe they need to cluck their way into feeling better, something like that. And now look. Now I've added a little chicken on the top. How cute is that? So there you go. Now, this is our very first Sleepy Keys craft corner. But guess what? We actually have our first caller, I'm being told. And please, I would love to hear from you. And, you know, always feel free to call. We want to hear about your craft ideas and your tips and tricks as well, because honestly, you know, sharing that knowledge on the Sleepy Keys Craft Corner is how I think we're just going to be able to make some really, really lovely gifts and thoughtful knickknacks. Oh, sorry, yep, go ahead. Caller, you're on.
Hi, I just called to say that if you're not feeling well, you can just cut up an onion and then you put the onion on your feet. Now, if you don't want to rub it on your feet, you can just chop it up, put it in a sock, and wear the onions on your feet overnight. And that's going to draw out all the sickness by morning. You'll feel so much better.
Well, that's fascinating. Thank you so much for sharing. You know, I haven't heard that, but I might have to give it a try. Great. Well, thank you for joining us, and I hope you'll come back for some more delightful crafts.